Hey guys, good morning. It's Tony. Hey guys, good morning. It's Tony. As always, please give me a like, subscribe, and comment. It definitely helps out when creating these videos to push out, to push out my videos to a bigger audience. So please, if you guys can give me a like, it definitely helps out the algorithm with everything else. So with that being said, again, pretty horrible drops we've been seeing. We've been dropping for around 2 weeks straight, and we haven't really had any kind of decent recovery, right? Just basically a 14 days straight push down. And again, we have seen 14 days straight downs, right? You've seen like here, 14 days straight down before a nice 365 to 373 push the very next day. That's on the 15th day. And it looks like we are on, usually we have maybe 6, 7 day sell offs. This is, I think right now we're actually on day 14 from this sell off here. So here down to the 14th. Tomorrow would actually be the 15th day. So, we do have that going for us, but I do think, you're still on trend, right? You're still technically on trend on the daily, right? I like seeing big daily, big 4 hour candles close under here, which you actually have already done, right? You've already closed 4 hour candles right there, right? On the trigger, on trend. So technically you could take a short here, take it all the way down to 390 today. That could actually happen. Or if in, what is it called? See how it is actually rejecting from that trend there. So I'm leaning more towards this actually being another sell off towards 390. So we could actually sell off to 390 today, right? That could definitely be the thing. Or we actually close in an hour and 30 minutes, close a 4 hour bull trigger and run to the upside. But the fact that we are starting to see some some resistance there on trend, that's a little bit of a worrisome part. And technically right now on the 15-minute bear trigger, you are starting to push down a little bit. So I'm thinking that you actually sell off back to like 392 again. You actually did break the lows after hours, which is ridiculously horrible, right? That's actually very, very, very bad. The fact that you actually broke and you came all the way down to 392 again. If this closes, right, then you have a really good shot at maybe coming back to like, I don't know, like a 395, this whole area here, basically. But it's looking pretty grim, bro. Like, my guess is that you actually keep selling off here to the low side, keep selling off to 390, and especially with the dollar, right? The dollar looks like it's going to sell off, so I would not be surprised if you actually have a top here and you start selling off to new lows, right? Because if you're looking at just a regular, trend, right? You're looking at the dollar from here, selling off in, what was this? 1, 2, 3, possibly in 12 hours, right? Somewhere here at like 12, possibly today, right? So you can actually see the dollar sell off maybe sometime today to like a 1037, right? Last time you sold off in about 12 hours. And then before that, 1, 2, 3. And again, you sold off in about 3 hours. And in about 12 hours here, right? 4 hour candles. Again, 4 hour candles. I can kind of sort of expect the same thing here. This could possibly run all the way to the top here at 1048 and then sell off all the way to 1037 in about 12 hours by sometime tomorrow, late tomorrow, right? So I personally think we are at a high for the dollar. We are rejecting there. And I think SPY will start its recovery to the upside because you've been dropping for, again, look at that. That's disgusting. So would not be surprised if you also just kind of, if this actually just goes all the way down to 390. It's extremely hard to tell because the dollar is right at that trend and SPX is retesting. If I had a guess, though, I'd actually say you're going down today to 390. And it looks like you might actually go down there pretty fast. Again, the 15 minutes triggering on the bear side. I would consider this a perfect PD. I know you guys wouldn't know what that is, but I would take the short all day long, right? Especially with the weekly being bearish. And I told you guys last week, I'm 100% bearish. As soon as this thing closes, I'm 100% bearish. And lo and behold, you've dropped, I think, like 4 points since last week's close. So I would take a short like this, probably like that. Take this all the way down to 390 right there. That's seems to be like what target's going to be, to be honest. And for us to be rejecting off that trend like that, this makes me more confident that we're just going to sell off to 390. And again, you have to be biased towards the downside because you close that weekly bear trigger last week Friday. Again, you would have been short since 3967. You would have been in the money right now if you bought at the money contracts or at the money puts. You would have been in the money like $4 right now, which is ridiculous, right? Or sorry, $3 right now. You would have been in the money like $3 right now. And if you would have martingaled in all the way up like this, again, never fight the never fight the weekly. Never fight the weekly, right? Again, see, weekly happens, you come down from highs of 407 all the way down to 376. You dropped, what is that, 25? You dropped $32 on that weekly, right? I'm expecting at minimum something similar from here, right? So from here, like a $30 drop from 408, roughly that same number, I can sort of expect us to drop all the way down to 375 as well. And that's going to be within what? 2, 3, right? 1, 2, 3. That might actually happen next week. Next week, we might actually accelerate down even harder and drop to something like a 384, and then the week after 376. But you know, if this trend breaks, that's game over, right? If that trend breaks, it's game over, and I'm telling you guys that right now. Like, I'm not really sure how people are still thinking that we're gonna do something crazy, something special. You know, if this trend breaks, right, which it looks like it already is. Look at that. See, you're already starting to sell off on a daily, right? Let's go on the 15 minute. 15 minutes starting to sell off pretty hard right there. So again, you know, this isn't like, you know, this isn't me telling you guys, like I told you guys last week, I'm like, if this close is bearish, right, like this is a really good time to start setting up some shorts. And I haven't been listening to myself because I've been longing, right? I've been longing into martingale, which is horrible, right? I shouldn't have done that in the first place. But again, like that's, would I consider this a trend? I don't know. I'm trying to see what I would consider this a trend. Anyways, yeah, this looks like next week you might actually even drop further to like 384, 375, which is absolutely insane. So yeah, it honestly looks like you might actually go either all the way up to 396 or 390. So that's your range right here. I wouldn't do anything right now until you have, you know, until you hit this range of 396, right? You either short at 396 or you long at 390. Really. That's really it. I think that's what's going to happen. This is going to be a range for it today. Right there. So with that being said, hour and 30 minutes. If this 4 hour closes bullish, I can almost guarantee you guys we're going to go back to like a 396. And then from here, it's probably going to be a very easy short down to maybe 390 or so. So I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.